There are also plenty of programs happening at the West Bloomfield Library over the summer, and programs particularly aimed at our kids and continued learning. That includes some specialty services, including a speech language pathologist and some local teachers that have been hired for programs across the summer. Here to join us to talk about these in more details is Emily Vickers, the Outreach and Engagement Supervisor and Early Childhood Specialist at the West Bloomfield Township Public Library. Emily, thank you for being with us today.
Hi, good morning. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, so glad to have you on with us to talk about these programs, because when we think about summer programs at the library, we particularly think about reading and just simply pick up a book, enjoy it, and move on and get as much reading in as possible. But there's so much more than just the simple reading that goes into that learning and engagement for kids over the summer. Tell us a little bit about how the library is involved in that.
So the library does a lot of programming, starting with our summer reading program that we offer every year. We just want kids to be actively engaged throughout the summer. It's very important that kids will pick up a book, but also just keep their minds active, whether it be building in STEAM or continuing education throughout the summer, like speech and language or other things that they may be working on at school.
And we teased it a little bit. There'll be some teachers and also speech language pathologists that come in, because not only is that learning from the reading so important in helping develop some of those language skills, that vocabulary, but also the communication element of it can be critical, especially for our younger kids.
Correct. Yep, it's really important to, especially kids that are receiving speech services, we want to make sure that they continue some of those speech services throughout the summer. Our speech pathologists that we have broken down into 4 different sessions. They are registration required, and they have very low numbers for registration, because they want to make sure that they're working with them on the continued areas that they may need some support. So such as like articulation, or group building skills or conversational skills. They want to make sure that they're working on them to continue through the summer. And the reading program is broken down into 2 sessions, kindergarten through 2nd and 3rd through 5th grades, because it's important they're both age groups are working on different reading elements that we want to make sure that the teachers and the speech pathologists are touching on throughout the summer.
So as you're working with these teachers and these speech pathologists, now they're coming in, they're experts in the subject matter, but you're still dealing with the kids. And it's all about the kids engaging and learning and developing over these next couple of months before they get back in the classroom and continue that next school year. So from an engagement standpoint, how do you tailor your programs to not only be great learning opportunities from a teaching standpoint, but engaging and something that the kids will be excited to learn from?
And that's a great question. I think that that's part of teaching. Teaching can't just be offering a whole bunch of information. It has to be fun, especially little guys. They learn through play. They learn through conversation. They learn through reading, writing, drawing, building. So that's a really important part to our programming here at the library. We want to make sure that all aspects of their brain are being stimulated so that learning is fun. And sometimes it's so much fun that they don't even realize that they're learning. So that's why we're doing so many awesome programs throughout the summer. And we have programmings all the way from babies all the way to adults that stimulate our brain throughout the summer.
Emily Vickers is with us from the West Bloomfield Township Public Library. Many of their summer learning and engagement programs are open for registration, including those with local teachers and speech pathologists at this time. WBLIB.org to register and to learn more about their programs and other initiatives at the library. Make sure to follow them on Facebook at West Bloom LIB. So as we're talking about these classes, and you mentioned that you have to register for them, the relatively small classes, who are these classes open to? Are they specifically open to kids that are typically going to be having those speech pathologists and extra help in the classroom over the school year, or can any kids engage in this?
The speech pathology classes are specifically designed for children that are already receiving speech services through their school. So we really prefer that children sign up for those programs that are already receiving speech services so they can continue that over the summer. The reading program is open to anybody that just wants additional reading support throughout the summer. And the other programs, such as Read to a Dog, it's open to anybody. No registration is required, and it also builds reading skills. So, and then our summer reading program is open to anybody with a West Bloomfield Library card. So we're very excited to offer a wide variety of reading programs throughout the summer.
And that's what's really important too to touch on is that these resources go beyond necessarily these specific classes or courses. They may not fit into a schedule with all the other activities in the summer. So what additional resources are available during this time of the year that families across our local schools, and whether they're residents in West Bloomfield or just in the West Bloomfield School District, can work with to continue that learning?
Yeah, I think that's a really important thing that we think about when we're doing our programs. We want to make sure that we offer different times for our programs. So it's not just throughout the day. Some of them are in the nighttime. So we just want to make sure that everybody feels that our programs are available to them and that there's a good fit for all of our different programming.
And all that can be found on wblib.org, and you can register as we speak for some of those. So we talked about a lot about the speech pathology angle of this, but from the engagement angle, which we also touched on a little bit, let's go into specifics. What are some of these fun events that kids are going to be able to take part of, or classes that will get kids even more interested in reading and learning when they're outside of the classroom?
So I think one of our favorite programs here at the library is Read to a Dog. I think that is the program that gets the most kids in here. It's reading to a non-judgmental person. So it's not a person, it's a dog, but a non-judgmental being. And the dogs just will sit there and listen, and they're therapy dogs, so they're very calm. And it's amazing to watch the connection between a dog and the children. It's kind of amazing. But we do have tons of other programming. We have STEAM building program. We have an animal program with Nelson's Wildlife Safari coming up. So we have a lot of programs that will build on other skills besides reading. So it could be STEAM, it could be animals, it could be biology. We also have YA programs. We had one last night for coding, so computer coding. So we have lots of programs for young children that will engage them in different ways, because not everybody is interested in the same things. So we want to make sure that everybody feels like maybe something they're interested in is connected at the library as well.
And looking through your summer activities catalog for kids, another thing that I found that was really cool is we know that we're in such a melting pot in these 4 communities that we cover and that are encompassed in the West Bloomfield School District and across our communities. And so it's important to also help those kids that are maybe making a language transition and are still learning English to be able to do that. And the summer is a great time for that. You got a program called Kids Talk that helps to do that in a kind of a special way through a group.
Yep. So our Kids Talk program is amazing. Ms. Justine, one of our youth librarians, hosts a Kids Talk, which is for children that are English language learners. And it's for kindergarten through 5th grade. And she does great activities with these kids just to build conversation and literacy skills, but also be able to feel in a comfortable environment that they can express themselves in their home language or whatever language they speak. Sometimes they're dual language learners. So it's very cool to just have kids in the comfort of their own being, be able to talk amongst other children and learn through activities that Miss Justine has created. It's a very awesome program. We love that program, and it's pretty well attended. So we hope that more people will learn about it and join us.
A great way to get these kids even more engaged in the English language and in communicating, meet some friends in the community as well, and hopefully that will translate back to the classroom in the fall. Emily Vickers is with us from the West Bloomfield Township Public Library, talking about many of their engagement and learning programs, including their speech pathology programs for over the summer. You can learn more about all of those and register for these programs on wblib.org. Emily, before we let you go, anything else we haven't talked about so far that people should know about these programs or should keep in consideration throughout the summer?
Yeah, so most of the programs are not like, you don't register for the whole group. You can register 1 month in advance for any of our programs. So we hope that if you can't make one, that hopefully you can make another one that will fit for you. And many of our programs are no registration. So we hope that you can join us for any of those. We have programs here at the library. We have programs at Drake Park. We'll also have programs at the school at Doherty. So we're really excited to be out in the community so we can see all of our friendly faces and friends throughout the summer. And we also have, like I said, we have the language and the reading programs for kids to continue learning throughout the summer. So we're really excited to see all of you, and make sure you sign up for summer reading.
And it's for kids of all different ages and all different needs throughout the summer to engage in learning and a nice and supportive environment as well. Emily, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much for having me.